This is the Daily Paycheck on CGTV. I am John from ProCrafts, and what we're doing on this show is two things. One, building a master bankroll from $10,000 to $100,000, 10% at a time, compounding our master bankroll with those small incremental wins. It's going to be an exercise, folks, in extreme discipline. It's tough to win 10%. It's even tougher to walk when you're up 10%. And the second major thing I want to test out here is strategies. We want to see, are there strategies or betting patterns that can earn us a consistent 10% day after day? Specifically, can they last a full month of live simulated playtime? My rolls, my spins, my card play, and yeah, some of my bad luck. Ultimately, I want to know, are there strategies that we can trust to deliver us a daily paycheck? And I will do it all live for you. No editing of videos, no fudging results, no nothing. It's easy to do this one time and show a win. We're going to show this for 20 straight days and see how these strategies stand up to me. So with all that said, let's get to today's daily paycheck. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. This is going to be trial run week. I've got a strategy here for you that came from Dice Dr. Dan. And this is an interesting one. He calls it the mob. And it gets that name because of it's called the method of betting. And it's an interesting one, to say the least. And here we go. I'm just going to kind of give you a quick explanation how this thing works, and then we're going to roll it out. We're going to change it during the week because it's definitely going to have some soft spots that we're going to want to address. But I'm going to show you kind of the original way of doing it. And essentially what you do is you take your bankroll and you divide it by 6. We're going to do $3,000, but whatever it is, divide it by 6, and that's going to give you, effectively speaking, what your inside bets are going to look like. So we're going to start out with the inside. I'm going to do, watch this. We're going to go 550 inside this week. And again, I'll show you how to do it at different levels. If we like this one and want to keep doing it, I'll show you how to adjust. But 550 inside, so it's 125, 150, 150, 125. All these bets will pay 175. Now we're going to put these out here, up and off. We'll let our shooter grab a point. We get our puck here. We'll get a point. Let's just say the point's the 5. It doesn't really matter where the point is yet. The point is 5. We're still going to be off. Our next bet is going to be 3 times our smallest bet, which in our case is 125. So it's going to be 375. 1, 2, 300 and $75 into the DC. And it's an important number. It's exactly 1/3 of this. Now, you're going to end up having for $1,000. Watch what happens. 3 green chips has changed. We can add it up. There's 550, 650, 750, 850, 900, $1,000. That's our bankroll divided by 6. Okay, so we have $1,000 out here. We're gonna have 3, or this is by 6. We have 3 $1,000 tries at this thing. Okay, so $75 in the rack, $375 in the don't. Roll the dice and say the don't goes to the 6. Doesn't matter where it goes. Okay, now we're on. Bets are on. And the first hit on an inside number, it's going to pay 175. Like so, 175 bucks. You're going to drop a quarter to the dealer and say, give me 200 for 2. Like so. Okay. The second hit, the same thing. It's going to be 200 for 2. What you're going to do is double the bet where the point is. Okay. In our case, we're at 150. We're going to take that to $300 on the 6. Now I've got 2 1/4 or 275 in the rack. That's the second hit. At this point, after the first hit, by the way, you're guaranteed to tie, effectively, right? Here, these 2 bets are basically hedged off. They don't really matter that much. But you can look at this and say, I've got 275 in my rack. No matter what happens here, if it's a 6 rolled, I'm going to bring back this bet plus 350. And we're going to be in profit because there's our 375 and there's our 550, right? No matter, or we're guaranteed a tie in that case, right? In the case of a 6 or a 7, you're guaranteed a tie, which is kind of nice, right? After that, you just start racking. 140 at a time. And you're really kind of racing against the clock. It's like, can I get, 140 bucks in my rack more often than the casino can get me coming out of that don't? So let's try it. Let's just see how it works out. We're going to try for 1 unit in win. And we're going to call it as a day when we lose 3 times in the DC. Not 3 DC losses, but 3 times coming out of the DC. That's going to be kind of our trigger point. And it'll make more sense when I'm playing it out. But here we go. I've got, if you look at my rack, let's go here. I've got $3 grand in the rack. I have $1,000. Let's get it here. Times 3. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 with the blacks. Okay. Remember that series is going to take all black chips to get us out. $1,000. Now watch how I set it up. We're going to go 550 in. I'm going to leave it up and off for now. There's 300 and 300. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, and 1. 375 bucks will be our DC bet. I'll put that over here. 75 bucks will be our feeders for the wins. Okay. Puck will be off. No side bets today. It's too much to worry about right now. And that's it. And watch how I play it out. We're going to see if we can win $1,000 bucks. We're trying to win about $1,000 bucks today. We're going to try and win 1/3 of our bankroll. At worst, we're going to stop after the 3rd time we get beat in the DC here for 375 bucks. So at worst case, we're going to lose 375 times 3 plus a couple 50 bucks up in here. So a little over $1,000 bucks. At best, we're going to win $1,000 bucks. So we're going to be in that nice butter zone of like, you're going to win about as much as you lose, but you're not going to get destroyed. That's the idea. We're not going to burn the entire thing, but we are going to give it 3 cracks. Here we go. Let's just see what happens. Again, day 1, feeling this thing out. Here we go. I'm going to throw from the right side again this month, I think. I may go back. I don't know. But here we go. We're coming out. Everything's up and off. You'll see that I always place the point here. Placing the point is going to give us this ability as a 10 for the point. It'll give us the ability to guarantee that last 300 bucks that we need. Okay, there's a 10 for the point. Now we're coming out of the DC. Those bets are off still. Okay, I'm not going to put a lammer up there, but they are considered to be off. Looking for a dodging the 7 right now. Right, we're going to count how many times we get beat up in there. Method of betting. Move over Betty, says Dusted One. This is a classic thinker. Remember we talked about thinkers and tinkerers? This is a classic tinkerer strategy from Dice Dr. Dan. I love that all the numbers work out perfectly. That's what makes it fun. Like when people think of these kind of things, I really get jazzed up because it's fun that all the numbers work out. Here we go. This is the roll we don't want to have any problems on right here. This is the bad one. Let's go. It's a yo. So there it is. We get beat right here, 6-5 yo. Whoop, 5-6, which sucks, right? We'll lose our 375, which really is not good. And that's 1. Okay, we're not dumb, but we're gonna put a lammer in there to count the losses. That's the first loss. We're still coming out though. Okay, I'm gonna crack a purple there, and let's get $100 in green. When Dan and we worked on this thing over the weekend, and I beat this strategy up so bad in practice sessions. It's like typical John, right? How bad can one person beat a strategy up? That was me. But here we go. Let's try and beat that DC. Can I get out? Can I get it out? There's a 5. Okay, it goes to the 5. Now, we're going to have to do some work to make up the loss, right? Which, if it's a clean win, then it's a clean win. Or clean play, it's easy. But now we're down 375. We're going to have to make that up. But here we go. Leave the point set, okay? At this point in the game, if we have a 5 or a 7 right now, we're kind of in trouble. Okay, if a 5 comes, you're going to lose 375 and win 175 to be down $200. Okay, the 7 comes, you win 375 and lose the 550. So you're going to be down on that run. What is that? 200 and 70 or 175 bucks. So you're going to burn 175 on either a 5 or a 7 right on this roll. If not, if we get an inside number, we're guaranteed to tie this series. Here we go. Anything but a 5 or a 7 is good right now. We have 10 ways to get whacked, and every other way is fine. There's a 5. Okay, awesome. Awesome. We're going to get donation station here today, right? 415, that's great. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to do 200. 200 for 25. We're going to take our win, right? Which is what it is. There it goes. And we'll lose another 375, which is horrifying. We're still playing the game. Bets are going to be off. We're going to come back out 375. If they don't, again, we're still tracking one loss. Did I not get that right? I forgot to put the 10 in. Hold on. The roll tracker's wrong. Come on. Hang on. I think I screwed that up. So it was a 6-5 yo. 6-5 yo, then a 5-5-10. And a 3-2. And then the 4-1. Okay, roll tracker's right. We're still at the point of 10. Let's try it again. And again, these are not real wins and losses today. We're just trying it out. I want you guys to see the strategy, play itself through. Let's see what kind of fight back that it has, okay? There's a 1 and a 4, another 5. That's 3 5s in pretty quick succession right there. 4-1. All right, so our don't's gonna go back behind the 5. Let's catch a couple of wins in here. So you can see the pattern, right? Guys, see the pattern. John's Garage is the frickin' graveyard, isn't it? Good Lord. Here we go. Here we go. 6-5-1. Okay, that's a payment, baby. 516. Right there. It's going to pay 175. I don't have any greens left in the rack, so we're just going to take it as it is. 175. And I'll start filling this thing through as we go. You'll see how the rack kind of starts building itself up here, sort of as we go. All right, let's do it. Oh, big ugly bounce right there. What is it? It's a 6 again. 5-1. Fantastic. 516. All right, another 175. We'll do 200 for a quarter. Okay, and again we're gonna double up. Actually, I probably should have done that. We're gonna double up the 5. Okay, it's gonna go to 250. So that'll pay 350. We have 375 up in the DC. Those two bets are an effective tie right now. No matter what happens, we're gonna bring back about 350 bucks from up in here. No matter what happens, anything else. Matter of fact, we're guaranteed right now with a hit coming back and this press here that we're gonna tie on this round. Now we did lose here and we did lose earlier, so we're behind. But this set of bets is a wash. 550 here, plus the 175, plus the 350 is going to add up to exactly what we started with. Now it's about racking. Can we rack up enough between now and when the 5 or the 7 comes to start replenishing some of what we got beat on? Hopefully we can, right? This is all about getting a good shooter. And honestly, if you don't have the wax, you're done, right? It's 4 hits and you're basically at $1,000, which is kind of cool. Here we go. Or 5 hits to $1,000. That's another 6. 5-1 mixer again. Not a great throw, but I'll take the result. 5-1. Alrighty. Again, for the quarter, $200. And now we're just going to start scooping. Scooping money if we can get it. And I will do the color up thing in my rack as I go. Watch today. Today will be the day I hit the all, right? I played all last month and never touched it. Just watch me hit it the first day. Wouldn't that be great? Here we go. Aces. There's a 1 and a 1. Doesn't matter. Always fun to throw aces, though. Here we go. Oh, shit. There's the 7. Okay, well, let's see what happens here. We got a couple of scoops. It's a 4, 3, 7. So we're going to lose the stuff in front. You're going to win 375. 1, 2, 375 comes back to the rack. Now, how do we end up in all that, right? I know we got whacked a couple times out there, but here we are. In the rack, I'm looking for $1,000 to try it again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. That's $1,000, which is what the whole thing started with, right? And I've got $150 sitting here. I'll put that over here. So if you look at the $1,000 that we're going to go back out with, what we have in the rack here is $650, which tells you you lost $350. So that whole round ended up as a loss of $350, which is actually less than what we lost in the first DCs. We earned back a quarter of that first whack, which is, again, we're not like setting the world on fire here, but that's where it ends up. I'm going to move this over to here. Let's do it again. There's 300 for the DC right there. Let's get a bunch of greens. 1, 550. There it is. All right, we've got 150 from last time. I've got some quarters here for these change. I have my 375 to go up into the don't. And let's get a point. Bets are off. Bets are off. 4, 3, 7. David Peak said, I don't think John would ever play this. I worked on it last night a little bit, actually, at the $10 level. So it's 44 inside and $30 into DC, and it's not that bad, right? I made $100 almost every single time. Like, you can withstand some loss here because there is some give back to it, which is kind of cool. Here we go. Let's just see. We're down $350. Can we come back from that? Can we come back from 350 and win $1,000? That's going to be the question. Here we go. Coming out. Bets are going to be off, of course. There is the 8. It's the shooter's point. It's going to be an 8, 6, 2, 8. Now, we've talked about, Dan and I, doing it from the don't pass. That's also an option for you. We're just choosing the DC to make it easy on ourselves, to not get 7, 7, 7, 7 like we do down here sometimes. Here we go. Bets are off while we're in the DC. Coming out. Let's get that bet set. Get her set, and then we'll play it out from here. Here we go. Oh, another kiss in the air. It's a 3, 2, 1, 3, baby. Okay, so I'm going to play this the normal way, but watch what happens. This is going to be 375. Dan has suggested that in this case, we just take the DC and let the box numbers play. Totally fine to do that. I'm going to leave it up there. We're going to take this back to the house, and I'm going to show you the pattern anyway that we're going to try and follow. But if we look at our rack, I'm going to go ahead and get some color here for these greens. That's a black from green. This is $1,000, 500 and 500. That's $1,000 back. Okay, there's $1,000 here between those bets and these $75. That's $1,000, and now we're back to even. So we lost 375. We won 375. We are good. I'm not going to count that as a loss anymore. I've earned that whole thing back. When this thing equalizes itself out, I'm going to remove one of my loss counters. Now we're clean to start. Now we're clean to start over again. We'll run the pattern, or run the system the way it was designed, from a solid place. And here we go. Did I mark that 3? I did. Oh, that's got to be here. My bad. We're up a quarter, not up. Yeah, we're up the $25. We shouldn't. All right, here we go. Coming out, still coming out of the DC. It's a 7. Okay, so we give it right back. God, this game sucks. Doesn't crap suck? Good Lord. Okay, give it right back. And now we're back to being down again. God darn it. Okay, bets are still off. Here we go. This game is so damn humbling and hard, isn't it? Crazy. All right, let's do it again. It's funny, man, these DC bets and the DP bets, I love the don't, but I'm just so, another kiss, 11. I'm so unlucky sometimes with this. I have the hardest time getting out of don't bets. I don't know. I just find that kryptonite every single time. Here we go. That was 11. That's a better shot. There's a midnight. Ooh, let's get some ATS action. 6-6. Come on. Get a damn point, Johnny. That's a better throw. 6-5-1. Not been concentrating very much. There's a 5-1-6. Let's do it again. $500. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's work that don't. Bets are off, coming out of the don't. Here we go. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yeah, Ryan, that's exactly why. We were doing a good roll there, but when I'm coming back out of the DC, then it's all this would be 375 plus 550. That's way too much risk for a 7 right now, and that's why those bets are off. When we're here, they're off. Come on, John. Let's get out of the DC. Give me a number here. 538. Awesome. Okay. Booyah. 5-3. That will go to the 8. And now we're playing. Here we go. One inside hit. That's not an 8. Will lock us up as a tie. First hit, you're kind of exposed here. The first 2 rolls, right? This roll, you're exposed. This roll, I'm exposed. After this roll, nothing bad can happen. It's like you're going to have a lot of ties and a lot of beat downs there, but once you get past roll 2, you're fine. It's a 2-roll unicorn kind of thing. Here we go. I see a 5 and a 5. That's a 10. Doesn't matter. All right. It's spinning like a top. 3-3-6. Fantastic. 3-3. Boom. That's the real point. We'll take that off. That'll pay 200 for a quarter. Into the rack that goes. The puck is off, but everything's working. Okay. We have a DC bet up there against that 8. Everything, we're just on all the time here. No need to be off with all the bets up there. Here we go. Let's just not set a point of 8. That's all we have to do. Just stay off the 8. Either way, the 8 will cost us a little bit of money. Again, it's hit number 2. The 7 would be okay. Here we go. 6-4-2. Okay, that's our new point. 4-2-6. Let's mark it up. We're going to take 200 for a quarter. Because bets are working. The 8 now goes to 300. I would like to have the 8 at 360, frankly. 360 up here. And let's do it, actually. I think 360 is the better bet at this point. Because that pays 420. That pays 420 up there versus 375. And if the 7 comes, you win $15. This is a win. This is a guaranteed win right here. I'm looking for the 5, the 6, or the 9. to give me some juice. I may pick up the 4 and 10. Didn't do it last time we had a shooter, but this time we may. Let's go. What do we have here? 2-1 tree. Doesn't pay me. One thing I don't like about this strategy, this is for Dan. I know Dan's out there in the audience watching. I don't like only having 3 targets. It makes it really tough to scoop the money when you only have 3 targets. You want those outside numbers. You know, I haven't earned enough money to do it yet, but I'd like to get the outside picked up here at some point. Let's do it. Oof, there's a 4. This is a hand where we hit the 4 and the 10 and got nothing out of it, you know. Whenever I'm playing inside strategies, I always get kind of antsy. Here we go. Give me something inside, baby. I can't see it. 5, 6, yo, doesn't matter. Just need a 9, it looks like, right? We need a 9 for the tall. What a shitty roll. Look at this roll. From that 7, it's just been garbage. Like 3 box hits after the 7. That's terrible. Besides the points being set. Come on, John. Ugly, ugly, ugly. 6. All right, again, that's the point being hit. 4, 2, 6. We'll scoop that one up. 200 for 2 for a 25. Boom. Okay, and again, if I take these blacks, make them a purple. Look at my rack. There's $2,000 in the rack. Okay, there's more than 1,000 out here, right? That's the thing. There's what I've got out here is I have 850 out here, 550 plus. Well, actually, it's 550. There's 550. So I've got basically 210 in profit. Okay, this out here, this is the $1,000 that belongs right here out on the felt, plus this. This that's stacked on my 8 right now, that is my profit. I got 200 and change in profit. No matter what happens here, I'm going to bring back $350 or $400. It's coming back to my rack, no matter what, right? It won't cover the whole thing. I could bring it all down and lock that in. You follow what I'm saying? I can bring back these here, right? Let's do it before I come out again, right? 2, 3. I can bring back $400, right? And guarantee myself another 400 coming back because this is locked in, right? So we're basically back to square, sort of. But keep playing it out. Let's make that money. Puck is off. We're coming out. Everything's working. Nothing bad can happen right now, which is nice. Nine. Hey, we hit the tall. Look at that. Look at old Johnny hitting that tall. 5, 4. Woo! Love it. Love it. Love it. That's the point. We're also going to get paid on it. 200 for a quarter. And there we go. That's our point. Let's scoop some money. You need what, a 2 and a 5 here? A 2 and a 5. Let's go. Oh, no, they kissed. Hey, we got a 2. Look at that. I told you, watch. The day I don't play the freaking ATS, we're going to hit the whole freaking thing. You watch. Here comes that. Here comes the 5 on this very next throw. It's going to be the whole thing. Lay the 5, everybody. Lay the 5. Lay the 5. Lay it for like 600 probably, right? Lay it for 600. Lock up $400 if you have 555 on it. Not bad, dude. All right, here we go. Big, tall throw. It is a 1, 2, 3. Ace deuce. 1, 2. Not on it. Come on, 5. Well, a million fives earlier. Where are they at now? They all disappeared. 9. That's a 6, 3, and 9. Awesome. Bam, there's the point. 200 for 25. Sweet. That's awesome. All right, puck's off. We're on. Now, if we want to, we can take $100 and add the 4 and 10. We're in profit. For this shooter, or for this section, we're in profit. We'll take $100, get the 4 and 10. They can work. We can't really get hurt here. Worst case scenarios, we're back to starting bankroll. That's the worst possible case that we're back to our starting point. Here we go. Coming out, new point. Six, 5, 1, back to it. Jen, of course, right? Would it be any other way that I'm not going to hit the ATS if I'm not playing it? How John is that, right? All right, that's going to be 175. I don't have any quarters left, so 175. I'll just put a black over here and the quarters over here. And after this roll, we'll talk. We're going to break the box down. After the roll, let's break the box down. But let me get the roll in first. Can't see it. That's a yo. 6-5, yo. 6-5, yo. All right. Let's break this down really quick, see where we are. Okay. Our rack, we're light $600. Okay. In other words, towards profit. We're light $600 towards profit. What I've got up top, okay, if you count the front of the box, right, there's 100, 2, 3, 400, plus the greens is 500, okay? That could come down. Plus, when we win on the 8 or the 7, another $400 is 400 and 800 is coming back. We're going to bring back $800 here, plus what would I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. We're going to bring back $1,300 from that box. Okay. No matter what, we're bringing back $1,300 in the box, which means I've got 1,000 to replace plus 700 in profit already. Okay. So we're in really good shape right now. If I bring everything except for the 8 down, we can basically lock up about 800 in profit. Okay. It's interesting. Like, you got to remember what you got out there, and you got to take that kind of heartbeat check every so often. So I'm going to virtually do that for you. Let's pretend to pull it all down, okay? And watch what I do. There's the 4, there's the 10, there is the 6, there is the 9. That's what I have out there, and the 5, okay? 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. That's what's out there right now. Let's pretend to pull it down. That's $500. Big old fat nickel, okay? We know that that's going to come back plus another 8. If I bring this back to my rack, what I've got in here is $900. Plus the 800 coming back from that. That 800 there, or the 400 here that we were going to win, plus that puts my rack to where it started, and $700 is my profit. We're not at goal. The goal would be to fill the whole thing. The goal would be $1,000 in profit. So we're not there. I just wanted to show you what that looks like. Now, if I 7 out here, we're not going to be right. We're going to be, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be a little bit sort of, I don't know, behind where I'd like to be. But we have a chance now to lock up $700 and then restart the whole process again. You follow what I'm saying? So it's actually interesting. Trying to ensure I break my groove. Yeah, right. But that's what could happen here. I just want you to know that. You can bring back everything right now and lock in. I can totally lock in a profit. Matter of fact, if I brought all that back, we'd have our $1,000 back in the rack, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Here we go. Let's let another roll or two in and we'll see what happens. Let's see, we're gonna set. All right, let's go. There's a 5, 3, 2. Is that it? Is that the all? Are you freaking kidding me? I hit the all. Oh my God. Not betting it, but I hit it for the first. Oh my God, that's so awesome. All right, 200 for 25 on the 5, and that is just, there's a nickel right there. Also a good note, when you have your $3,000 back in your rack, that's when you stop. Like your key to stop is when you're starting bankrolls back over here, because then you know that you've got your win goal is on the felt. There's the freaking all. Wow, how funny is that? I ran that freaking thing 20 days in a row last month and never even sniffed it. Absolutely a riot. Oh my God. I love my life. I really love my life sometimes. All right, here we go. Oh my God. How awesome. All right, there's a 6 again, 4, 2, 6. Good roll here, Johnny. It's taking a miracle to make this thing work, but that's okay. There's 200 for 2, or for 25. Okay. We are just about there. We are working up here. Let's go. It's a 5, 415. Now we are done. 4 and a 1. That's going to, again, 200 for 25. These two in the rack. If I spread the blacks out, that's a purple chip. I put that back in my rack. There's my starting bankroll, which means everything out here is profit. So we can be done. We can pull all this mess down. I'll leave the 8 up there to resolve itself. There's 100, there's 100. There's 500 bucks to the rack. We know we're gonna bring back either 420 plus the 360 or 375 plus 375. Either way, we're bringing back paycheck. So we're done. I don't really care at this point what happens. That's the new point, by the way, okay? Doesn't matter, okay? So we copped the paycheck here. It took us a hot minute to get there because we had to recover from over there. That was 700 and quarter in losses we had, or 750 in losses we had over there. We had to recover 750 in getting whacked to make this work. So this thing made a bunch of money today. Now, again, it took a miracle throw to get me there. There's a 9. It's going to roll for fun now. If we didn't have all that mess going on, then I'll show you how fast this thing can actually win. When I get done with this roll, I'll show you how fast it can actually win. Look at all the pink on that screen. So actually, this is not really a great roll. It's too many weirdness happening. Here we go. 8 hard. Ooh, I should have put the hard 8 up there, right? 4, 4. Okay, lose the don't. 360 pays 420. There's 300, 400, and 25 for 5. Let's take these reds out of here. So what's our profit today? There's 500, 1,000, 1,200, and $95. $1,295. Okay, our goal was 1,000, so we exceeded the goal today. And again, at worst, the worst case scenario today would have been 3 don't losses, 3 DC losses in here. 375 times 3 would have been 900, 1125. Would have been the worst case scenario. Okay, so you're looking to win $1,000, looking to lose And if it happens, it happens. You're going to lose 3 of these things and you go home for the day, right? So you're scoping your losses. It's not a full stop loss zero. It's basically, if this ain't working, we're going home kind of a thing. But that's it. There's the whole deal. Now watch this. I'm going to show you another way of looking at this thing I think you're going to like. So check this out. Let's get it set up again. Let's just count the wins that we need. Here is the course setup again. $375 and $75 in the rack. Okay, let's just put that behind the 6. It doesn't really matter where it goes. Let's count what needs to happen. Okay, let's do a perfect scenario. That was a lot of work today to get there. The perfect scenario is we set a DC, no problem. Okay, and then we're going to roll in here. Okay, let's take the first shot on the 9, right? 200 for 25. The next time we get an 8, and again it's 200 for 25. We're going to make the 6 look like 300 and $60. 15 here and 60 here. Okay, so the 6 is hedged off. We don't care about it. Now look where we are. If we just take 3 more, I'm going to take up to 4 more hits, or let's try 3 hits. Let's do 175. That's 1, and then we'll do 200 for that, 200 for that. That's 2 more hits. Where do we land? Okay, there's 500, there's 700, and you know that when you pull these down, there's your $1,000 that you started with. There's 100 and whatever this is, $140. But you know from up here, let's say the 6 rolls, again, it's 420. 425, we'll say 425 for 5, and you're at your goal, right? There's 700, 800, basically $900, right? You're essentially at your goal with just the 4 hits, right? The one that makes the hedge happen, or the one that goes in your rack, one that makes the hedge happen, and 1, 2, 3 more hits, and you're done. If you get that quick rhythm, you're out of here with $1,000, essentially, right? Today, we had to fight all that money back that we lost earlier, so it took us forever to get there. But if you don't have to fight the don't as bad as we fought it today, which is, again, a little bit of dose of reality, you can be done on a relatively okay roll. A 4 or 5 roller, you're out of here with profit, you know? So the potential to do it quickly is actually there. And it's seems like it's a grind, and it is kind of a grind, but that's the core strategy, is that no changes to the original. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going to run this thing out with a change where Dan says, let's try it without pressing the point. Let's just collect the 140 every single time. Okay. That's tomorrow's change. And I may actually on the first hit, collect 140, the next hit, collect 40 and go 50-50, and then collect every single time black chips. That may be a small change we make, but for now, that's where it is, folks. That's from Dice Dr. Dan. So hopefully in chat, Dan is holding court and talking to you guys about the strategy and the way that he plays it, and his kind of rules of the road there. But that's your first look at the mob from Dan. He's been talking about it in chat for a week now, and you get to see it. So there it is. Why not play for excess? Why not? I mean, you can, right? It's 748, so I can't today. But yeah, with that $1,200, right? It's not a bad time to take 1,100 of that to my rack and play with 120 inside, right? Just do something fun and let it roll itself out. Not a bad call there, Ryan. It's a good excess. It's a good way to play with excess and just not care. But there it is. That's the mob. That is the mob. That's the method of betting from Dan, the Dice Doctor. And thanks, Dan, for that. Tomorrow we'll do some more work with it, looking at maybe not pressing up that number until the end. Yeah, there it is. Have a good rest of your session here. I'm going to go downstairs and feed the pups and get ready for the coffee run and celebrate my ATS win. You'll have a good 10 minutes here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.